Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to Ocean's Pit, the little show about big things. I hope you guys are having a great day today, great morning, and thank you for tuning in for a little lunchtime fun with me here, Monday through Friday at noon. Check the website, TonyOceanMusic.com, and give us a call at 847-769-8609. We'd like to dedicate every show to the first responders. Thank you for everything you do. We dedicate the shows to all the veterans who fought for our country, and dedicate every show, especially to you people who take the time and watch us Monday through Friday on the Tony Ocean Show Facebook page, on the Mokarara page, on LinkedIn, YouTube, X, which used to be Twitter, and the Ocean's Pit page. Usually on Thursdays, my wife Laura Ocean, of course, is my co-host, and it seems that you guys really like when we're together. And before we get into everything like that, let's thank our sponsors real fast. I want to thank our good friends from Ace Hardware, folks. Ace Hardware, buy local, shop local. Norwich, Des Plaines, Evergreen Park, and Warrenville. Ace is the place, and they always got special deals for you folks. Don't forget, right now you can rent any U-Haul rentals at the Norwich, Des Plaines, and now the Warrenville area. They have a large fleet of trucks, best prices in town, 3 easy ways to make a reservation. You can call the store or walk in, or visit the U-Haul desk, or go to uhaul.com. Choose one of your Ace stores as your location to make a reservation. They have all your moving needs, personal, business, small loads. They have you covered. Our good friends from Ace Hardware. And don't forget to tell them grill your Ace off and get $20 off any grill purchase. That's Ace is the place. Taking care of neighbors before they were neighborhoods. Our good friends from Ace Hardware. Also, folks, let's get right to our good buddies from our good friends from Gorelli Pavement Service. That's right. Gorelli knows the curb appeal of your home and business, largely affected by your concrete and asphalt. They do complete asphalt replacements, residential and commercial lots. They service Illinois, Wisconsin, and Indiana. Call for a free estimate, Laura or Barb, at 815-271-5835. That's Gorelli Pavement Service, 815-271-5835. We want to welcome our brand new sponsors, our good friends from Chicago Door Ltd. Limited. They've been serving Chicagoland and the suburbs for over 40 years. They buy direct from manufacturers to deliver the highest quality products and the lowest possible prices. Specializing in residential and commercial exterior and interior doors, residential, garage doors, garage door operators, 24-hour emergency service. Call for a free estimate, 847-641-8552. That's 847-641-8552. That's Chicago Doors Ltd. As for Alan, senior discounts, folks, or you can email him at chicagodoor01@gmail.com. It is Thursday, August 3rd. I want to thank you all for coming, watching the show every day, folks. And I was mentioning, usually Laura is my co-host on Thursdays. As you know, my mother-in-law, Dee, has been in and out of the hospital now for the last 2 months. Incredible, strong woman. And again, I want to thank you for your prayers and your texts and calls. Me and Laura and the Fank Bosch Carrara Ocean family say thank you guys so much for that. People keep asking us every day how she's doing. She's hanging in there, folks. She's just hanging in there. That's all we can say right now. Laura's not with us right now. She's at the hospital with my sister Natalie and making sure she's okay. She's a hard woman and doesn't want to be in pain anymore. So let's just keep praying for Mama D. I really do appreciate that very much, everybody. I want to thank everybody that showed up last night at Capri in Downers Grove at the Hilton Hotel. I want to thank Joey and Giovanna for always being like family, always taking care of us. Jerry Jams, thank you. I want to thank the crew for showing up. Great seeing Sal and David Antonelli, of course, and it was great seeing Danny Mazzy and Robin and Joey and Cindy Spins. It's always great to have good friends around with you. And also, um, Mike and Tracy from Good Clean Fun stopped by yesterday and to show some support, and I appreciate that very much. So it was a fun night with good friends. And we all need that. We all need good friends, or that people come out and support you when other musicians come out and support you too. It's a good cause, and I thank you guys for that. Let's say hello to some people watching right now if we can. Uh, Patrice, thank you so much. Kathy Ippolito, Danny Mazzy, you and Robin, thank you. Jim Cook, thank you. Marioretta, Jill, thank you. Emo, everybody. Rogia, thank you. Susan the closer, I appreciate it, you guys. Anina, I hope you're doing okay, and I hope your good friend Joe, who kind of raised you since you were a kid. He's in the hospital with some high blood pressure problems, and I hope he's okay. So we're going to pray for Joe as well. And Nina, thank you for all your loving reports and emails. Albert from the Ron Onesti organization. Albert, how you doing? I got to meet Dominic, Albert's brother, yesterday. I didn't know there was a table of people up in front, and he made himself known that it was Albert's brother, Dominic, and we had a little conversation. It's always a surprise of people that you see, so it was great. Yvette, thank you. Buddy, I will see you tonight. That's right, folks. Tonight we'll be at Zaza's in Lake Barrington with Jeff Dubray. That's a 7 o'clock hit. Tomorrow we'll be at Chicago Prime Steakhouse with Tony Toto in Schaumburg. And Saturday, 2 shows. Early in the Saturday evening at 5 o'clock, I'll be with Mistaken Identity. We'll turn into Mojo's Jukebox for the last half hour of the show at the Riverfront concert in River Grove. That's 5 o'clock. And then at 8:30 that night, we are going to be at Norton's in Highland Park. And Sunday, our good friends Daryl Armitstad, the professor, and Sonia Hicks are getting married. So I was honored and privileged to be invited to the wedding. So I will see them on Sunday. Robert the General, I'm glad everything's okay with Jan. And I appreciate you guys watching the show today. Again, Laura's not with us because she's in the hospital with our mother D. And hope everything goes good. Hi, Stella. How you doing, my dear friend? Also, folks, on some other notes, let's talk about Hardcore Italians and the International Italian Sports Hall of Fame sponsoring the beautiful Columbus Day Bocce Ball Tournament. It's going to be Saturday, October 7th. It's at 8 o'clock in the morning, folks. It's going to be at the Casa Italiana in Stone Park. There's going to be games. There's going to be food. There's going to be music. They have a motorcycle show and a car show. But the best thing about this particular event, Hardcore Italians, I'll be playing with our team, the Oceanettes. We'll be playing bocce ball. Danny Mazzy, Joey Spin, yours truly, and my good buddy Jimmy Marchese from River Cafe. That'll be our team. And I hope you guys can come out and enjoy us at the Casa Italiana on October 7th, Saturday, for the Columbus Day Bocce Ball Tournament. Always support Hardcore Italians. Tuesday, we're going to have Michael on and his son from Hardcore Italians. We're going to talk about Hardcore Italians, how it formed, the members, everything Italian. We'll talk about Columbus Day. We'll talk about the statue. We'll talk about everything going on. We'll talk about the tournament. We'll talk about everything in general on Tuesday. So I hope you guys tune in for that as well. Guys, don't forget the Chicago Music Cruise 2024. Very close to being selling out. It's going to be a great adventure, folks. January 7th, 2024 to January 14th, 7-night Eastern Caribbean cruise, the Royal Caribbean Cruise Line Wonders of the Sea. Orlando, Florida, Coco Key, Bahamas, St. Martin, St. Thomas, Tony Ocean, the main event band, Mojo's Jukebox, and the world-renowned Seventh Heaven. Richie and the crew are putting this together. They've been doing it for years, and I've been honored and privileged to be part of it. If you're still interested, there's still some rooms left, but not many, folks. Go to Mary at ntdvacations.com, or you give Mary a call at 630-688-1725 and tell them Tony O sent you. I want to go with Tony O. Don't forget our other sponsors, folks. Let's not forget our good buddies from Deutsch Power Center out of Elgin, Illinois. Thank you, Sal. Trico Hair Experts out of Rosemont, Illinois, and Don Esteban Cigars out of Tarpon Springs, Florida. And my wife's company, Laura Ocean Solutions, increasing profits with credit cards. You can use Laura Ocean Solutions. If you use her company, I promise you, you'll never have to shop again. Lenny Orego, what's up, my brother? Hope to see you tonight by Richie's. It's going to be fun, that cruise, folks, being all together. And like I said, like we're doing 2 shows, if I'm correct. One with Tony Ocean and one with Mojo's. And I think, or 2 shows, something like that, 3 shows. And then I think, and I know Seventh Heaven is doing 3 shows as well. So it's going to be a lot of fun. And we'll be able to spend time together too, because the shows will be short. And I won't be playing, because a lot of times I get to meet you guys. You guys come to my gigs, you support me, but I never really have a good time to sit down and talk and laugh, have a cocktail. I mean, there's a few of you of our circle, our crew that we hang with, but I'll be able to see some people that are coming on the cruise. It's going to be a lot of fun. So we're excited. Dennis, thank you. Yvette, I'll have fun at the Roselle Fest. Speaking of my buddy Danny Mazzi and Robin, Armando Supermarkets, 925 Liberty Street in Elgin. Buy local, shop local. Mike and Gigi from Crash Champions Collision Auto Repair. For all your collision auto repair needs, go to crashchampions.com. I want to thank Crash Champions. They're going to be sponsors for our Columbus Day Tony Ocean Float, and also Armando Supermarkets and Sal from Deutsch Power Center. We're still looking for another sponsor, so if you're interested in being a sponsor for the Columbus Day Tony Ocean Float, you can come on the float with us. We'll have some cocktails, some fun on Columbus Day, October 9th, if I'm correct. Go right to my website there, TonyOceanMusic.com. Email me at tocean@comcast.net, or give us a call, bottom of the screen, 847-769-8609. Tell me you want to become a sponsor of the Tony Ocean Columbus Day Float, or become a sponsor of Ocean's Pit Monday. Yes, Yvette, we will be at Taylor Street Friday, August 18th. We will be there on the main stage with the main event band. All right, you're watching Ocean's Pit, little show about big things, folks. It's a little hard today, but we're going to just go. Today is National Aunt and Uncle Day. So give your aunt and give your uncles a big hug and kiss and say thank you. Because you know what? You look at aunts and uncles, they're almost like parents. You know, a lot of people I know are very close to their aunts and uncles. Some people don't have a mom anymore, a dad anymore, a grandparent anymore. The closest thing that you got to your aunts and uncles. So give it up for them. Brian, it was great seeing you last night too, buddy. It's great. Thank you. We do support you guys coming out and supporting local talent, which is very, very important, folks. ESPN just reported, folks, for you college football lovers, Iowa quarterback Dexter betting on football. Ohio State looks like he's in a little trouble here, folks. You know, betting on football, betting in sports has been going on for so how many years? Rumors all the time of different people getting caught doing, of course, the whole scandal with Pete Rose. But now this is a young kid in college, might have had a career going into the NFL. He was in college ball, you know, and now with this allegations against him, folks, it can ruin his whole career just by gambling on sports illegally, you know. So we'll see what happens with that. Disco music is making a comeback. I remember when I was a kid, I used to hate disco music. I was into the British invasion, and then I got into punk. In 1977, punk was it. I was a big Clash fan, Ramones. I was a big Sex Pistols fan, besides my power pop stuff. But I had my Sex Pistols shirt, and disco was huge, and that was like the anti. You know, you had your people in high school. You had your jocks, you had your disco guys, and you had your rockers. Then you had your yuppies. You know. And then, of course, Steve Dahl blowing up all those disco records on Disco Demolition and Kaminsky Park against the White Sox. Called off the doubleheader or whatever. I mean, but it's making a comeback. And as I got older, I got to really like disco more. I really did. And disco is coming back, folks. 15 cities in the United States are opening clubs dedicated just to disco. So, guys, get out your members only jackets and your chains, and gold chains, and listen to your Saturday Night Fever records and practice your John Travolta moves because disco is making a comeback. You know what, folks? And I love this quote. As a child, Ricky, how you doing, buddy? I know your wrestling friends are in town. So, say hello to Steve and the boys. Carol, I hope you're doing well, my friend. Um, as a child, I never imagined growing up thinking that the real monsters in life were going to be humans. As kids, we were always scared to leave that closet door open. Close the closet, leave it open just a little bit. And you always hear the creaks and stuff underneath the bed. You always thought they were monsters. When we were growing up, Frankenstein, Wolfman, these were the monsters. Then later on, Freddy and Jason and all that. But in this crazy world right now, humans are the real monsters of what's going on in this country. Whether it's religion, politics, sex trafficking, they just busted a big sex trafficking ring in St. Charles a couple of days ago. Um, it's just a little. They have to keep taking down this crazy sex trafficking that's going on, the pedophiling stuff with kids and selling kids. And it is just a scary thing, folks. It's been going on for generations, and they try to put a stop to it, and it just looks like it just keeps going and go. So many out there. And the real humans, the real monsters are humans, folks. Very, very scary world we're living in. You remember shop class in high school? Well, they're bringing them back. Shop class is going to be coming back to certain high schools. When those credits, extra credits that you had to get in high school, choir was the one I was in. I did childcare and I flunked. And even Italian, I took Italian and I flunked because it was a completely different dialect that I learned it. But shop class, I would woodworking and all that stuff, it was good. Now they're bringing back shop classing to high school. So the world ain't what it used to be. No, Dennis. But you know what? Here's the difference. And I think Albert said it best. My son's doing honor convention in Rosemont this weekend. Oh, well, very good, Carol. You should have a lot of fun with that. I'll be really busy this weekend. I thought I'd been seeing too many people with all their fingers. If you think about this, you think about this. Albert said something a couple months back. He mentioned something, made a comment on the show. And this goes with what Dennis, my friend Dennis from Lake Geneva says. You are so right, Mo. The world ain't what it used to be. I think the world was always like this. The only thing that's going on now, folks, it has been social media who's been bringing out all these things. When we were younger kids, we had 5 channels. Whatever they said, it is what it was. The newspapers only printed certain things. And then when social media came out, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, you hear about all crazy shit that's going on in this world. Half the stuff that I tell you on this show is stories that people send me, and stories that I find from my research every night. It's just one crazy person after another. I mean, doing the most craziest things to people, to kids, to animals. Wasn't it a couple days ago I mentioned a lady was arrested because they found 30 frozen dead dogs in the fridge? I think it's just now out more in the public. And we drank water from a hose. Yeah, that was our energy. That was our energy power drink. Stop and drink out of the faucets, water faucets in the park. Remember, in the forest preserves, they had those. And that was our energy drinks. Getting that garden hose and drinking. It's an unsafe world, and it is in Chicago too, folks. But it's everywhere, even in the suburbs. Like drugs, highest drugs, and everything that's going on. It basically, you think it's in only the bad neighborhoods. Believe me, it's in the rich neighborhoods because the kids can afford drugs. from the mother and daddy giving them money to spend, they go out and buy drugs. So don't be naive to think it's just in the bad neighborhoods. It would never happen in our neighborhoods. No. The View, a piece of shit show that I talk about and we all hate. They're having a meltdown. They're going against each other now. Maybe this is the beginning to the end of this stupid show, The View. They're all melting down. They're turning on each other. For a while, it was like they all agreed on the same thing, and now it looks like they're maybe, who knows. Negative influence. There you go. And there's a great quote, folks. Once they realize hating you isn't working, they start telling lies about you. You can say, I hate that person, but it's not getting to you. It's not getting to the person that, you hate them, but it's not, they don't care. But once they start spreading lies about you, just to get your attention even more, it's crazy. But it's a great quote. Once they realize hating isn't working anymore, that's when they start telling lies. I don't know, folks. How about this? According to Fox News, Coors Light and Miller Lite considered the biggest sales right now. They're up 50% higher than Bud Light. Bud Light took a big smashing, and we all know that story. Don't need to repeat that again. But Coors Light and Miller Lite now selling 50% more since that whole scandal happened with Bud Light. I have who I thought were friends like that. I think everybody has friends like that. We think they're friends or whatever the hell it is. A little joke to make some people laugh today, I hope. A foolish man complains about a tour or a rip in his pocket. A wise man uses it wisely to scratch his balls. I thought we needed a little fun there. You're watching Ocean's Pit, little show about big things. I hope you guys are doing well. As you know, my wife, Laura Ocean, was supposed to be my co-host on Thursday, and the last couple Thursdays she hasn't been with us because, of course, my mother-in-law, her mother Dee, is in the hospital, folks, and it's just not looking that great. We're praying. We pray every day because she's a very strong woman. But again, this morning they went to the hospital, and just keep our fingers crossed, everybody. Thank you all for. All right, let's get to some birthdays. Geraldine Chaplin, British actress, celebrating a birthday today. Kurt Gowdy, one of the greatest sportscasters ever, used to be with the Yankees, the Giants. Kurt Gowdy. British actor Peter O'Toole, celebrating a birthday today. Funny man director Kevin Smith turns 53 years old today. Delta Burke, celebrating a birthday today. Jim Davis, you might not recognize the name. He's 78 years old. He's the creator of the cartoon Garfield, celebrating a birthday. Jim Davis. Butch Vig, one of the original drummers in the band Garbage, celebrating a birthday today. My good friend Filippo, of course, he's Massimo's father. They own Zaza's in Lake Barrington, which will be there tonight at 7 o'clock in Lake Barrington. Hope you guys come out to see us. Happy birthday, Filippo. And we'll see him tonight at Zaza's, folks. Carol O'Connor, better known as Archie Bunker, celebrating a birthday, folks. Jerry Van Dyke, the funny banjo sleepwalking guy on the Dick Van Dyke Show. Of course, Dick Van Dyke's brother, Jerry Van Dyke, celebrating a birthday, folks. Wesley Snipes, action star, celebrating a birthday. Rapper Coolio, Fantastic Voyage. Coolio celebrating a birthday, folks. And how many people remember Dick Wilson? And it's another name that you might not know, but you'll remember, Please Don't Squeeze the Charmin. Dick Wilson, the guy who squeezed into Charmin, running the grocery store, celebrating a birthday. And for one of the heavy metal bands, the great Metallica, James Hatfield celebrates a birthday today. You're watching Ocean's Pit, little show about big things, folks. Don't forget St. Jude's benefit coming up in Melrose Park, the Melrose Park Civic Center on Sunday, September 17th. John Anthony, Stephanie Lemonberger, Regina Karma, Diva Montel, Nick Sahajas, the piano man, Ocean's Rat Pack. It's going to be a lot of fun for Carl and Dodie and Paula putting it all together. I'm very excited to be doing that again this year on the 17th of September. Don't forget Taylor Street Fest will be August 18th on Friday. Returning to Lake Geneva, folks, Saturday, August 19th at Mars. And then Ocean's Rat Pack will be in Galena, Illinois at the Forget About It Vineyard. Bill Saratella as Frank Sinatra, Elliot Wimbush as Sammy Davis, yours truly as Dean. Jerry Jams will be joining us, and Vince Amore opening the show with a special tribute to Tony Bennett. That's going to be Sunday, August 20th. And we're going to be at a brand new club next Wednesday called Village Pub in North Riverside. Get there early because I heard tickets are flying out the door. Seats are flying out the door. I'll be there with Jerry Jams and Louis Pipes on the 8th. August 10th, next Thursday, will be the Village Park concert in the park, the gazebo, the clock tower, with the main event band Danny Raimondi making his return from Italy, Jerry Jams, and Tony Toto. That's next Thursday. And next Saturday, folks, will be the Taste of Elmwood Park. Taste of Elmwood Park, 1 to 2 in the afternoon. I'll be there with Tony Ocean and friends. It's going to be my good friend Elliot Wimbush as Sammy Davis, yours truly, and the lovely, talented Regina Karma. That's going to be Saturday, August 12th in the Taste of Elmwood Park. Going back to my hometown, going to see my mom there. It's going to be a lot of fun. And August 13th is a private affair. All right, so you're watching Ocean's Pit. Trying to get some stories in here, folks. It's going to be fun. 4 to 8, Dennis. Yes, we're looking forward to it. Robert, Elliot Weingart, how you doing, Elliot? I hope you're well. Oh, for you people in the Montclair, Galewood, Elmwood Park area, a restaurant that was there for 38 years. It's closing its doors. Augustino's Restaurant, 2817 North Harlem. After 38 years, had great food there. I remember going there many times when I was younger. Augustino's closing its doors. Another landmark in that Harlem Avenue, Elmwood Park area where just everything's changed. Not the same when you go down that street anymore, So another place closing, Augustino's. You think you're being tolerant. You think you're being inclusive. You think you're being open-minded. You're actually being conquered. You're being conquered in this world, folks. Everything that people are starting to believe now. It's almost, I mentioned this yesterday. Remember when we were growing up, and I don't know if you ever watched wrestling, but I used to watch wrestling all the time. And for years, we didn't know if it was fake or not. We thought it was, but we didn't know until they actually came out and said, now it's entertainment. It's a soap opera because every week the stories change and friends turn on each other, and it's like a soap opera. It still is, and I watch it every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. I watch it. But this is what's going on now. No matter what they're doing in politics right now, whatever they're telling you, and whatever even the media is telling you how bad everything is, people just don't care. They're going to believe it. They don't care whatever happens. No one's fighting. No one's saying nothing. It's starting to become realistic. Thank you, Ronnie B. I hope you're doing well, brother. I don't know if this record still holds, but the biggest concert, this went back to May 5th, 1973, for all you Led Zeppelin fans. They were in Tampa, Florida, the largest audience at a single artist performance. At that time, May 5th, 1973, Led Zeppelin had 56,800 people, the biggest single event for an artist at one time. Do you imagine playing in front of 56,000 people? Unbelievable. 73 with Led Zeppelin. And for all you Elvis Presley fans out there, later in his life, he used to wear this mink coat. It's up for sale. Yesterday we had Tony Soprano's Stugatz boat for sale for $300,000. Well, if you want to buy the mink coat that Elvis Presley actually wore towards the end of his career, it's on sale for $15,000. You can own Elvis's mink coat wearing the final months of his life. CDC now says leprosy is coming. The way this world's going right now, if you don't believe there's a God out there, folks, and we're going to get into this whole religion thing that I know we're not supposed to talk about, but I'm going to have a couple people on next week talking about religion and God and stuff like that. Because there's so many people have different visions and versions of things. I think we all believe in a God. It don't have to be the same God, but I think, like I say all the time, I think we should believe in a God. I think there's a God up there. I know there's a God up there. He gave me everything I have, my talent, my friends, everything. And I think we all do believe in God. And if you don't think that God's not coming down, folks, he's going to be coming down, because this is the beginning to the end. And I hate people going to think I'm crazy here. But Sodom and Gomorrah coming up, starting all over again, folks, in this country. Kids want to be animals now, and boys want to be good. I mean, it's just crazy what's going on in this world. Ronnie B, that'll look good on you, brother. 15 grand. Elvis's mink coat. Perfect on you. I believe in our Father, too. Jill, I do. Leprosy. I mean, I don't know. My Savior, too, man. Remember when we were younger, folks? Taste of Chicago. Jane Byrne was huge. Had the greatest bands. Sinatra played there. Cheap Trick. So many great bands at Taste of Chicago. Do you see the lineup that's happening? I think it's supposed to be September 8th through the 10th. From 12 in the afternoon to 8 o'clock at night. I try to look and see who the main headliners are for all 3 nights. I was hoping to see some great rock band, some pop band, some country band, somebody big, headlining these 3 nights. There's a whole bunch of hip hop artists on Friday. I don't like hip hop, but I got to give it credit. It's a talent that they have, but I never heard of them. So if you're not into hip hop, you wouldn't know. Usually when you go to these festivals, they give you something for everybody, so you can enjoy the whole day. This whole day is all hip hop on Friday. Psycho something on Saturday. No clue. Sunday, there's somebody called Whitney. The only Whitney I knew was Whitney Houston, and she's dead. So I don't have any idea. Scroll at the Taste of Chicago and see some of the acts that are going to be there, folks. It's pathetic. Pathetic. That's right, Dennis. Jane Byrne did live in Cabrini Greens. Absolutely. Cardi B again. Singer, someone threw a drink at her, and then she took her mic and threw the microphone at the person who threw the drink, and now that microphone's going up on sale, some auction. But she's in the news again. Now here's stuff that makes the news, folks. Not the sex trafficking stuff, the pedophile stuff. That doesn't make the mainstream news. You know what does? Cardi B lets her tampon string hang out on an unabashed sexual dance up on stage. That's what the headline was. That she pulls a string of her tampon out. This is what's headline news. But then you look on the other hand, Taylor Swift. Don't care for Taylor Swift, but she's huge. She sold more albums, records, songs, whatever, than any other female artist in history. So she's got to be doing something right. But what she did, for all her grand finale tour, she bonused everybody $100,000. $100,000 she gave everybody. as a bonus, her tour staff or everybody involved with making the Taylor Swift show great. It came out total to $55 million, which is chump change for Taylor Swift. But kudos to her for kudos for her for taking care of her staff, giving them extra bonuses. And if you're big Taco Bell fans, looks like there's going to be a sour cream shortage. Sour cream shortage with Taco Bell. Stuff that's making the headlines, folks. Boyd, I prefer performance with no strings attached. There you go. I told you. Right when you don't expect anything, Boyd comes out with the best ones. Those one-liners. He's like Walter. He's like Rodney Dangerfield or Henny Youngman. Comes out with that, the one-liners that just stop everything. Thank you, Boyd. Daryl, I know you're getting a little nervous for your big wedding coming up this Sunday. I'm looking forward to be there, my friend. You and Sonia, congratulations. Two great people. They really are incredible. You're watching Ocean's Pit. As you know, Laura is not with us, folks, today. She's back at the hospital with Mama D, who's not looking good, folks. We do appreciate all the prayers and everything, like I mentioned at the top of the show. It's got to be hard. I know it's definitely hard for Laura and her sister Natalie, my sister Natalie, that's losing a parent. I lost my father years ago, folks, and like I said, I wasn't around when it happened. I think if you've been watching the show, you heard the story. We used to play Aruba a lot, like 8 weeks a year with the Chicago Rat Pack, with the first Rat Pack with Lonnie Parler, bless his soul, and the great Jack D'Amico. And we used to go to Aruba and play 6 to 8 weeks a year. And it was a regular day, ready to leave, and my dad wasn't feeling well. He had a cold. Because I'm going to the doctor on Monday. All right, Dad, love you. Did like my first 2 weeks there, and then my Uncle Pete calls me and tells me, your dad just got 24 hours to live. He was a typical guy that never went to the doctor, and then I got to see him briefly, and then he passed away and died. So that's the only relative that ever passed away. I had a step-grandmother that passed away, but I was young. And my grandparents in Italy, they passed away, but I was never there, So I don't, they're both, the Bosch women are very strong people. Dee Bosch is a very strong lady. And she's been fighting for a long time, folks. I mean, like I said before, since I was with Laura now, in January, it will be 6 years. And she's been in the hospital at least once or twice every year. But she's a fighter. And she's trying to hold on, And Natalie and Laura Bosch, Natalie Bosch and Laura Carrara, Laura Fank Carrara, they're just two very strong women. And my love goes out to all of them, what they have to be going through right now. And it's not easy. I don't wish this on anybody, Hey, Tony, please tell me the exact date and time you'll be at Taylor Street. Jeanette will be at Taylor Street Italian Fest Friday, August 18th, 8 o'clock, main stage. Friday, August 18th, 8 o'clock. And you can check our website, TonyOceanMusic.com. We'll give you all the other dates. But Jeanette, to answer your question, that's when we'll be Taylor Street, August 18th. Getting some, you go out to eat, tipping, 20%, 10%. We've already had this discussion on the show, but we've got some names of celebrities, rich people, celebrities, how much they tip, and if they don't tip. Let's go with the first one, Kate Winslet. She was in the movie Titanic. She left a 50% tip. 50. She's from England. Matthew McConaughey, 25% tip. These are in certain situations that people are saying that these stars came into their restaurants. 25% tip. Robin Robertson, her bill was $15. She left a $20 tip. So Blake Shelton, country artist, his bill was $15. He left a $50 tip. So you got some people that are Emma Thompson, room service, $150 tip. Matt Dillon, same thing. Room service, $150 tip. Matt Dillon. And then you got cheapskates like Maria Shriver when she married Arnold Schwarzenegger and Jeanette Schwarzenegger, which is her daughter. They were very needy. They were polite, but they were very needy, very demanding. Their bill was $1,000, folks. And you know what they left? Zilch. They left nothing. No tip. Like no tip and Pippen, remember, of the Chicago Bulls, Scottie Pippen. But Maria Shriver, she's got money. She's been born into money. Schwarzenegger's her husband. Come on. You don't leave a tip. It's $1,000 bill. Was their bill. You left no tip. And then you get Julianne and Derek Howe. They were from Dancing. They were sisters, brothers and sisters, siblings from the TV show Dancing with the Stars. Another one left with no tip. There's people that actually don't tip in this world. Now, even if some people can't afford to tip, they leave something. If your service is really horribly bad, I still leave something. You have to leave 20% or more. You should. These people work their asses off to serve us. And here's the big one, folks. Ariana Grande, singer, actress, right? She licked and spit on donuts that were supposed to be served later to customers. And she said, "I hate America." Ariana Grande. No pictures. And then later she apologized. She apologized afterwards for saying that she hates America and spitting and licking donuts that are later supposed to be served to other customers. Jay-Z and Beyonce, no tip and no pictures. You know, here's what I don't get. These people that I just mentioned, the ones that didn't tip and stuff like that, these are fans that love you. And these are people that are working for you, bringing you your food, your drinks. You need to take care of these people. Or when someone asks for a picture, I'm not saying that you're in the toilet. Can I take a picture of you while you're in the toilet? But after they finished eating and they're walking out, you don't want to bother these people when they're eating. I got it. But if they're walking out the door, going to their car or their limo, hey, take a shot, say, hey, take a picture, hi. Why not? I mean, they buy your albums, they see your movies, they come out and see your live concerts. Can you give somebody a picture? What does it take? It don't make sense to me, folks. Speaking of Elvis Presley, his mink coat going for $15,000. The most flowers ever sold in one day happened in 1977 when Elvis Presley, the King, died. Most flowers sold in one day. 3,116 flowers in one day. The highest selling at the time in 1977 for Elvis Presley's funeral. And the biggest flowers sold are tulips to this day. More people buy tulips than anything else. I would think it'd be roses, but no, it's tulips. Now let's give it up to the Drunk Uncle. It is a bar, ladies and gentlemen, in West Allis, Wisconsin. And they got the Wisconsin State Fair and what they do every year compared to all the other restaurants that they have at that fest. It's a beautiful fest, by the way, Wisconsin State Fair. They are selling Spotted Cows for $1 a pint. If you've ever drank Spotted Cow, it's a great beer. Now, I'm not a beer guy, but I like it. People go from Illinois to get this beer. But they're selling it. This place, they got a stand called the Drunk Uncle in the State Fair Wisconsin State Fair, and they're selling bottles of Spotted Cow, $1 for a pint. How cool is that? Little guy doing something good for the people. That's probably why they stay in business, and that's why they're still so friendly. Here's some quotes, folks. Richard Hamlin actually shared this. One day, many will hang their heads in shame when they realize the evil they defended and the heroes they ridiculed. It's going to happen, but folks, it's going to happen too late. Here's something. This generation will never understand what Sears Roebuck Christmas catalog meant to us 40 years ago. I don't remember much of it. I remember as a kid going through it, all the great stuff that was coming in this catalog for Christmas. How many people remember the Sears Roebuck catalog? Very, very cool. Again, yesterday I mentioned some horrible news. Our Governor Pritzker here of Illinois. This was a couple days ago at 5 p.m. when no one was paying attention. Governor Pritzker signed a bill to allow illegal immigrants to become police officers, giving non-citizens the power to arrest citizens in our state. No sane state would allow foreign nationals to arrest citizens. This is madness. And we touched on it yesterday. It is madness. I can imagine what the police officers are going through, the men and women who are police officers right now, who went to school and went to training and do what they had to do. I always say back to blue, and now an immigrant can become a police officer. Why don't they come here, become a citizen, go to school, take the classes, and become a cop? They need cops, so you'd be hired. If you pass the class and do it, you would be hired. Horrible. Danny Nozak, a friend of mine, said, please say a prayer for 10 police dogs who died senselessly being transported due to air conditioning malfunction. There we go again with the dogs in the heat. Now these were transporting these dogs. These are police dogs, 10 of them who died because the inside of that truck was too hot. Didn't the drivers know that? Couldn't they wait a couple days and get that air conditioner fixed before you move 10 dogs, police dogs? Yeah, here you go, folks. We need to quit. Michael Easton Jr. sent this. We need to quit looking for intelligent life on Mars and start looking for intelligent life in Washington, D.C. That's what we need to learn. That's what we need. Sound of Freedom. Go see the movie. When a dog attacks and scars a child for life, it is put to sleep. Why don't we do that with child molesters? How come we don't put them to sleep? How come we just lock them up, put them in a prison, tell them to go see some doctors, blah, 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 blah? It's a sin. It's a complete sin. Apologizing for healing at my own pace, letting go when I need to, not settling for less than I deserve, putting myself first. I can't be anything to anyone if I'm nothing to myself. Not greeting with someone, changing, becoming better, how other people behave, asking for charity when I don't understand, needing to take a break, not answering the phone when I can't or don't feel like it, being emotional or crying, saying no to something I'm not interested in doing, having firm boundaries, and my feelings. These are things you don't have to apologize for. I don't know. It's a crazy world we live in, folks, and I can just hope and pray for the best. And I don't see that in the near future. I really don't. I mean, I could be wrong. If you're in the Elk Grove area today and tomorrow, folks, from 9 to 4, my good friend the Lipschitz Tony and East Deanna, I have a huge garage sale in the Elk Grove, Schaumburg area, folks. 1633 Gibson Drive. And if everything goes well, I'm going to be broadcasting live tomorrow from their home in their garage and their huge garage sale. We're going to have a little fun with Tony and Denise Lipschitz. So go to 1633 Gibson Drive. They got a lot of great things, especially if you're buying a new home and looking for stuff in the Elk Grove, Schaumburg area, or no matter where you're at, you want to take a ride and check out some good stuff. It's going to be very, very cool. If you give someone the ability to feed you, you also give them the ability to starve you. Let that marinate. Let that sit in your head for a while. The government gives you, remember, gave you the free money when we weren't working, we couldn't leave. We gave you this stuff for free. Nothing's for free, folks. They gave us that. Now they want it all back. Just because they can feed you, they can also let you starve. Jeanette, God bless you, my dear friend. Save America. Yeah, we need that, guys. We need that more than ever. We need that more than ever. I am just going to hold off on some of this stuff for tomorrow, folks. Well, speaking of moms, for all you moms out there, and I got two of the greatest moms. And Mama D, please hang in there, because we love you and miss you, and we want you here back at home. And Mama C, my mother up in Elmwood Park, 82 years old, still kicking. But here are Italian mom habits. Number 5, she thinks you're in danger if you don't answer her calls. No matter how old you are, your mom is always going to worry about that. If you call and you didn't answer at the time. Number 4, the first thing she always asks you is, did you eat? Now, I don't know if moms still do that, but my mother used to say that. Everybody come over. You want to eat? Want something to eat? Make sure you eat. Mom, I already ate. Oh, eat again. Number 3, she still doesn't trust you in the kitchen alone. My mother would never let me in the kitchen. To this day, stay out of the kitchen. Number 2, she has a massive reusable bag collection. So do we. We have a bag collection in our house. I mean, it's got to be huge. I don't even know why. We're never going to use those bags. And number 1, mother Italian habit. She doesn't sit down to eat unless everyone is seated first. And I'm going to tell you that is my mom, but it's also my wife, Laura. When she has parties here, is she making sure that everybody's eating before she's always the last to sit down and eat. Italian mom. I think a lot of moms do that, but I can only speak for the Italian moms. Thank you, Laura. I appreciate it very much for your prayers. Signs of high vibration person. Number 5, you irritate toxic people just by being true and yourself. Ooh, that's me. Number 4, you can feel the energy of a room shift when you walk in. Certain days. Number 3, random strangers love to come to you and talk and tell you their life stories. I get that all the time, and I love that. I love that, hearing other people's stories, because everybody's got it. You learn something new every day from someone you meet. I love that, number 3. Number 2, people stare at you in public. Maybe. But this one is for sure me. Animals feel safe in your presence. I love animals, and I just love them. And I can go but near mostly any animal. Give me a couple minutes, and I got them, because it's from the heart. I respect any man who can heal a heart he didn't break and raise a child he didn't make. And for all you stepfathers out there. Well, it's coming to the end, folks. I'm going to save everything for tomorrow. for tomorrow's show. I want to thank you all for watching today. Thank everybody for taking the time and for your lunch hour and spend an hour with me. There's a time where I go to the closet and put the shoes on and the sweater. It's a beautiful day in the neighborhood, a beautiful day. Mr. Rogers. I want to thank you all for watching the show, folks, and I want to also thank our good friends and our sponsors from Ace Hardware, folks. Ace is the place. Norwich, Des Plaines, Evergreen Park, and Warrenville. Buy local, shop local, folks. They got a bunch of outdoor patio furniture, almost up to 50% off. Unique lawn and garden decor, flowers, vegetables, herbs, and plants. Go out and get some stuff and start planting, making that yard look fantastic. And don't forget to tune up that lawnmower. Spring tune-up starts at $105 plus parts. They're your neighborhood powerhouse. Download the Ace Rewards app. Easy way to keep track of your points, coupons, and special offers. That's Ace Hardware, the place helping neighbors before they were neighborhoods, folks. Tonight we'll be at Zaza's in Lake Barrington, 7 o'clock showtime. Tomorrow we'll be at Chicago Prime Steakhouse at 8 o'clock with Double T Tony Toto. And Saturday, 5 o'clock in the afternoon, we'll be at the Riverfront Gazebo concert, Mistaken Identity / Mojo's Jukebox. That'll be at 5 o'clock for me. And then I'm going to be at Norton's Saturday night in Highland Park, 8:30 with Jerry Jams. I want you guys all to remember, buy local, shop local, keep supporting local establishments and live entertainment, and be kind. If you got your mom at home, call her. Tell her you love her. Tell her you miss her. Give her hugs. And Mama D, if you're listening, hon, I miss you and I love you so much, and I hope you come home soon. You're watching Ocean's Pit, little show about big things. The great words of Ringo Starr, peace and love. Peace and love. Thank you for your support, guys. I really do appreciate it. Have a great day. We'll be back tomorrow. Same time, same station. Enjoy. Life is too damn short, folks. Too damn short. Nick Hodges, the piano man, is going to take us out, folks. Thank you, Nicholas. Bye-bye.
Time to go, it's the end of the show. See you later from time.
Bye-bye, everybody.